I'm going to be ranking the best Galaxy Opal cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 35 of the best Opal cards in the game. Let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think are the best Opals, and who are your guys' favorite Opals in the game as well. But starting off the Opal tier list here with Galaxy Opal Jokic, I would say he's probably in that B tier category. I mean, he might be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. He's still a really good power forward. He's 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. I do like the card on the offensive end, has a pretty solid jump shot on quick timing, and does have some capable dribble sigs. I think his defense could be a lot better though. I mean, at this point of the year, most cards in the game have at least around 90 in the category for defense. He has like an 85 steal, 85 perimeter, so I would like to see a little bit more defense on Jokic. If we do maybe get a dark matter Jokic in the coming weeks or in the next month, it'd be really cool if he is a better defender. Myteam, I don't think's a top 5 Galaxy Opal card in the game anymore, because S tier is going to be my top 5 Opals. I think he's easily A tier though, has a great jump shot, and all around is still a very good small forward. Ben Simmons, I think you also gotta throw A tier. I mean, he's still 6'11" at that point guard position. He plays really good defense, has an amazing player model. Yeah, I think you gotta give Ben Simmons A tier. Ben Wallace, I mean, I actually like this card a lot. I think he's super underrated at that power forward position. I would say because of his defense and the fact they actually gave him some pretty good dribble sigs, I would say Ben Wallace is actually in B tier. I don't think he's much worse than Jokic. And maybe he's even a little bit better because he impacts the game a little bit more. He's got better dribble sigs. Jump shot comes down to preference. I still think I probably prefer Jokic's release, but defensively, that's where Ben Wallace is a ton better. So it really depends, you know, what you need at your power forward spot. If you're looking for more defense, rebounding, and just overall play, I think Ben Wallace could be better, but Jokic definitely the better offensive card. Jerry West, I think, is probably going to be D tier. I did want to include Jerry West on this tier list because he was one of the lock-ins for the new edition set, so I think it's cool to kind of have him on this tier list. But he's 6'2". His defense is not terrible. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he does get moved up to C tier. It's just there's so many good Galaxy Opal cards in the game. I don't think he's going to be in that C tier category. Billy Knight, same tier as Myteam. I think that's just the best way to do it. I mean, they're pretty much the same card. Both have really good jump shots, pretty similar dribble sigs, and especially with the duo, they're super nice playing next to each other. Scottie Pippen, I think you probably got to go A tier as well. I mean, his ability to play small forward and shooting guard is super versatile. I like the card a little bit more at the small forward position because of his defense and his on-ball defense, but I think Scottie Pippen is still most likely going to be an A tier. Bob Nedelecki, I think, is C. I mean, he's 6'9", which is the same height as Ben Wallace, but Ben Wallace plays like he's 6'11", 7 foot because of the defense and even his player model. I think I'm gonna go Bob Nedelecki in C tier for now. I think he's slightly worse than Jokic and Ben Wallace. Muggsy Bogues, easy S tier card. Nah, I'm kidding. He's going D tier. I mean, I want to include him once again just because, I mean, it's funny to always have Muggsy on these tier lists. I'm always going to include him on a Galaxy Opal tier list or a point guard tier list just because it's funny to have Muggsy Bogues on there. So he's going to be in that D tier category. Vince Carter, same tier as Scottie Pippen. I think wherever, you know, Pippen goes, wherever Pippen goes, Vince goes. Wherever Vince goes, Pippen goes. They're pretty much not the same card because they have two completely different play styles. Pippen's more of a defender, and Vince is obviously better on the offensive end, but for their skill level, they are pretty much the same card. Detlef Schrempf, I think I'm gonna throw B tier. I do like him a lot. I think he's a really good small forward. He's 6'10", has really good dribble sigs. I just think there's better small forwards in the game. Like, I would take Pippen over him. I would take Myteam over him, and maybe some other small forwards as well. But he's definitely high B tier, maybe even the best card in B tier right now. Dirk Nowitzki, I think, is C. I think he's worse than Jokic. I think he's worse than Ben Wallace at the power forward position. I think he might also be worse than a card like Bob Nedelecki, but I think they're on the same tier. I mean, Bob's a little bit undersized, but does have good defense, where Dirk is like not oversized, but he's 7'1", but doesn't have the greatest of defensive stats or badges. So I think both these cards going to be in the C tier category for now, alongside Draymond Green. I think Draymond's not bad. He's not a bad point guard by any means. I just think there's better point guards in the game at the Galaxy Opal tier. There's tons of good point guards in my team right now. Like, he's 6'7". He's going to play solid defense. I'm just not the biggest fan of his jump shot, and his dribble sigs are good, but nothing crazy. So I think if he had a better release, he would be higher. But for now, I think Draymond's going to be in C tier. Our first obvious S tier is going to be Galaxy Opal Yao Ming. I mean, he probably still is the best guy. No, he is the best Galaxy Opal card in the game, and still maybe the best card in the game in general. So Yao Ming going to go in the S tier category. Eddie Jones, I think, is A tier. I think he's maybe better than a card like Vince at the shooting guard spot. You could maybe say he's a little bit worse than Vince. I think they're both very close at that shooting guard position. Danny Ferry, also A tier, I think is a very good small forward, has a great jump shot, really good dribble sig, 6'10" at the 3. I think he's just like a better Detlef Schrempf card, very similar, but then Ferry does have a way better jump shot. Rudy Gay, I think you go B. still a very solid small forward. Like Rudy Gay plays good defense. He's got a good jump shot. I think he's probably B tier. Josh Giddey, I think, is B as well. I think he could be maybe C, but I think he's B. I like him more than Draymond Green, and I also like him more than a card like Gary Payton, because Gary Payton's only 6'4". Josh Giddey's 6'8", plays good defense, has good dribble sigs. Just wish Giddey had a better release, but I'll throw him in the B tier category and GP and C tier. Giannis, I'm gonna go B. I think he's a really good small forward. I think the defense he provides you and all around his animations are super glitchy in my team. If you guys have used a Giannis card or played against a Giannis card, you guys will know what I'm talking about. Like, he just plays way better than these stats and badges do show because of his animations. Like, he just gets crazy block annies. He just dunks the ball, like he gets 3-point plays, going to the basket, getting and ones. I mean, his layup animations are also really good, and same thing with his dunk packages. So Giannis for me is going to be in B tier. Pete Maravich, I think you also go high B as well, or maybe you go A. You know what? You might go A tier for Pete Maravich. I'm gonna go A. Or do I go B? I don't know. I think Pete Maravich would easily be the best card in B tier. I'm gonna go A for now, and then I'm gonna go Gordon Hayward in B tier. I mean, Gordon Hayward's decent. I don't think there's really anything too crazy with the card. I just think he's a solid shooting guard. Jonathan Isaac, easily A tier. I think he's one of the better small forwards in the game at that Galaxy Opal tier. I mean, besides like Purvis Ellison, Danny Ferry, he might be the next best Galaxy Opal small forward. I like him a little bit more than Bantam, and I like him more than Scottie Pippen as well. Because of his defense, he's 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan, and he's still one of the best defenders in the game with a 98 block, 95 steal, 95 perimeter, and a 95 interior defense. And then he's pretty much got every single defensive badge on Hall of Fame. Jump shot's good. He can dribble the ball. I think you throw Isaac probably in the A tier category alongside Kevin Garnett. Another really solid power forward, still has a good jump shot, and we all know KG is going to play very good defense. Benedict Mathurin, I mean, do you go B or do you go C? Because I really don't think he's that great of a shooting guard. His player model is super small in game. His jump shot's decent, but he doesn't really do anything too crazy on the court for me. I mean, his defense is going to be okay. His jump shot's only on quick, but I've heard it's decent. I mean, I don't know. If you guys have Benedict Mathurin, or just let me know your guys' opinions. Would you guys go C or B tier? I mean, I would take Gordon Hayward probably over him as well. I'm gonna go C tier for now and see where he does end up. Magic Johnson, I think you got to go A tier. Still a 6'9" point guard on the same level as a Ben Simmons. Evan Mobley, I think, is high B tier. I still like this card. I think he's a really good defender and does provide a lot of value on the court. It's just that jump shot is basically unusable, but other than that, the card is super nice at the power forward spot. Paulo Banchero, I think, is also going in C tier. Not a bad small forward. I just personally prefer Rudy Gay, you know, Deadlift Shrimp. I think those cards are just a tiny bit better at the small forward position. Paulo's jump shot is okay. I just wish he had a better jump shot and maybe some better dribble sigs. Unless I'm not remembering correctly, I don't think he has like great dribble sigs. I mean, they're solid. I'm not the biggest fan of the Paul George size. It's decent, but nothing crazy. So if you had like maybe the John Wall escape and the Darius Garland size up, you know, those sigs are a lot better in my opinion. And then I think he could possibly be in B tier. And then if you also did have a better jump shot, Purvis Ellison, easy S tier in my opinion. I think you could argue he's the best small forward in the game. I think he's the best Galaxy Opal small forward. I think he's slightly better than Danny Ferry, but Danny Ferry might also end up in that S tier category. Ray Allen, I think, is B. I mean, I don't think he's on the same tier anymore as a Scottie Pippen, a Eddie Jones, a Vince Carter, you know, those type of really good shooting guards like Billy Knight, but I do think he's like maybe better than a Gordon Hayward, kind of on that same tier, because I do like him more than a Benedict Mathurin and maybe some other shooting guards on this list. But Glenn Rice, I think, is A tier, and you could even argue S tier. A card that's 1000% going in S tier for me is going to be this Ricky Davis card. I think he's an absolute monster at the shooting guard spot and one of my more fun cards to be using in the game right now. I just think his ability at the small shooting guard position is nice with that jump shot. Like, I think he's got a great release. He's got a really good player model in game. The card actually plays a lot better defense than I did expect. His defense is really good. Love the Oscar Robertson up around, very quick timing, and then he's also got some very solid dribble sigs with that John Wall escape. Next Galaxy Opal card here though is going to be Sam Decker. I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go high C. I think Sam's not that bad. He's not a bad small forward at all. A lot better than you would expect the card to be, but I just don't think you can throw him higher than C tier. Maybe low B, but I'll put him in C tier for now. And then Sengun, also going to be in the A tier category. 6'10" point guard, plays really good defense and does have some very solid dribble sigs with that Trae Young escape. And then the final card is going to be Yi, who I will throw him in B tier. Still has a good jump shot, plays okay defense. Wish he was a little bit better of a defender, but now we do have to move two of these Galaxy Opal cards from A tier into the S tier category. So let me know in the comment section down below, out of all the Galaxy Opals in A tier, which two would you guys move up into S? For me, I'm going Danny Ferry. And I'm going Glenn Rice. I know that might sound a little bit crazy, but I'm looking at all these cards down here. I think Danny Ferry is easily the best small forward, or maybe not easily, but I think he's the best small forward between Mike Bantam, Jonathan Isaac, Scottie Pippen. I think he's the best small forward. And then I'm looking at Glenn Rice. I mean, I like him more than Pippen. I like him more than Vince. I like him more than Eddie Jones. I mean, it's close. I don't 100% know, to be honest with you. I mean, you could maybe go like maybe an Isaac. I don't know who. I think I'm gonna go with this though. I think I'm gonna go with this. You guys can let me know, obviously, what you would change about my Galaxy Opal tier list. But yeah, I think this is gonna be my top 5 Opal cards in the game, and then these are gonna be the rest. But hopefully, you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.